So, you think you can beat Eddie again? Let's see you beat Jones in the fast lane. Today.
Welcome. Episode number 1 of our countdown to Halloween here. I beat this game today. Today we're going to look at Jones in the fast lane. Now, some of you may be wondering why we're doing this game. What relevance does this have? This is a computer game, and at that it's a pretty old computer game. I really like this game for some reason. I don't know why. It was fun. When I was a kid, it was I used to be one of those PC things. So I don't know. I guess it's like life. Welcome. It's like a Monopoly. I don't know. It's kind of weird. I'm sure there's other games that are out there that are more like this game.
Sorry.
But yeah. So we're gonna play this game because I have fond memories of it, and we're gonna do it. So fuck you. It's my show. And plus, too, for Halloween, what better way to do something scary for Halloween and something that reflects real life. So basically, if any of you don't know about Jones in the Fast Lane and how it works, you can play against multiple human players, up to 4, or you can play against a computer. Basic idea is you have a week on the clock down there in the middle, and you have certain goals that you set prior to the playing the game, and you have to get certain things in order to hit all those goals.
You can find us in any
and once you hit that goal, then you win. So if you're playing against an opponent, first one to get their goals and set up wins, or if you're playing against a computer, whoever wins on that end. So this is actually played on the hardest difficulty. I find it better to do this on. I lowered the goals pretty low because I didn't want this game to go on for a pretty long time, which it can. So, and it's a little bit fairest on the hardest level because it's just like in most games like this, when you put it on hard, the game kind of has an unfair advantage and kind of cheats its way through the game. So this makes it a little more even keel. So it did take me a couple times to beat this, so it's not like I rigged this up so that we could just kind of get through it. So
you read the.
I will say this too. This is not the original version. The original version did not have voiceovers. And the music was not quite as crisp as this. This is actually an online version, and I'm not sure who's presenting this. Somebody, I guess, preserved it and put it online so that you can play it. So that's pretty cool. So if you want to play this game, I guess it's free to play. So because it's pretty old, so I don't think anyone gives a shit. But anyways, so for each of your goals, you have money, happiness, education, and what your job is. So, and kind of like in Monopoly, as you can see, what happened this weekend. You have little events that happen in your life. You can get sick, or you can pay money, or you have to maybe go out and eat dinner. It costs you like $50-$100, and that kind of throws these little elements in here every once in a while. Now with this too, I guess we'll go through some of the stuff. You gotta get a job. You pretty much just like anything else. You start out at the bottom level, being like a fry cook or a bagger or something like that, making $2 or $3 an hour, and you can go all the way up to like the highest one, which I think is actually in the factory. You would think it'd be in something else, but for some reason the factory is like the most high-paying job. So if you're gonna be playing this game and you want to get somewhere quick, you don't really want to mess with any of the other crap. You just want to kind of get to the ones where they get you into the factory jobs. So like engineering and trade skills type stuff is really kind of the better ones. So that's kind of how the employment works. And of course, through the week, just like anything else, you have to make money so you can buy food and clothes and education and stuff. So you got to go in there and punch the clock and work. Now you can work like as much as you want, or you can work as little as you want. But just like with anything else, if you don't go to work very much during the week, they will fire you. Same thing on that end for food. You can either get, like they have like what looks like a McDonald's over there on the top right, or you have Black's Market, where you can get food. So you can either buy like a week's worth of food, or you can go over there and get hamburgers. Obviously, the fast food is a little bit more expensive than the actual supermarket is. Problem with the supermarket is you can only get 1 week's food. Until you get a refrigerator, rather, you can only do 1 week's food at a time. But it is cheaper, so it will save you a little bit of time on there. So don't bother buying 2, 3, 4 weeks until you get a refrigerator. So that's kind of how the food works. If you don't get food during the week at some point,
this week only,
when you start off the game, you will be docked quite a bit. I'd say maybe a little over 1/4 of your time will be taken up from eating. So best to get it out of the way at some point. And since everything is clocked time-wise here, you'll notice as you're moving around the board here, it takes time to get from one spot to the other. So what becomes a good point of kind of managing the clock is making sure you know every event that you do takes up a certain amount of time, so that you can maybe squeeze in another punch on the clock. Or for instance, if you went and got food, you would waste your time. But if you get to the food place at the end of your run when you're out of time, like let's say you work at the grocery store and you get there and you work through the day, you can still buy food if there's no time on the clock. So having said that, don't waste your time doing it. Just go in there if you know you got to go to work and get your food, so you can kind of do it at the end of the day. Now that's how it's kind of a quick down around how that works. Now the university, since that's part of your goals, you're going to want to take classes. So they cost money just like anything else. They take a certain amount of your time. I think it's in 9 or 10 those sections of times you got to click on it during the week. So, and then every time you get, you move up, you can get more and more education. So it's pretty standard. So definitely want to fit that into your week. Let's see. And there's two different types of apartments up there. You got the main one, the low cost rent, and then the high cost rent. And you can see rent is due every 4 weeks. You will have to pay rent. Keep that in mind. So the low cost rent's where you start off. The high cost rent's where you want to get. That increases your happiness when you move up to there. Now, as far as the rent's concerned, you can only change buildings if you want to upgrade every 4 weeks. When your rent is due, you can actually go in and rent something else. If you want to pay it, you go to the rent office. If you don't pay your rent and you miss that 1 4-week block, you can't wait till the beginning of the next 4-week block and go in and pay it. It'll be closed. So if you don't pay it, they'll dock your pay. So that sometimes that can save you time, because it's easier sometimes for them to dock your pay. But if you got a lot of money, you might as well just go ahead and pay it.
Your landlord garnished some of your wages.
You see, I just got shit garnished.
You played in a volleyball tournament this weekend.
Let's see what else. Yes. I lost some time due to hunger right there. Yeah, something else. I think every 8 weeks
Something else with that?
you have to get new clothes. And it's weird. They give you a warning. They say you need new clothes. If you don't get new clothes within that week, you start the next week off, you don't have any clothes. So you walk around with no clothes. And just like anything else, there are 3 types of clothes. There's plain clothes that you start off in, there is casual business clothes, and then there are business clothes. What does that mean? Well, if you don't, for instance, if you get a medium level job, like a manager, supervisor, whatever, you're going to need business clothes. If you become a real high class guy, like a manager or like a manager of the store, you're going to need business clothes. So each set of clothes costs a certain amount of money, so keep that in mind. And on the other end too, if you lose your clothes, and let's say you don't have enough money to get new clothes, you can't go to work. You can't pretty much do anything. You have to have, just like in real life, you have to have clothes to do that stuff. You'll actually probably have to sit there and waste time until, like, I think when the event happens, eventually a relative will come in and gift you money, so that you can go buy some clothes, or they gift you the clothes, something like that.
Our ties don't bind, and our belts are a cinch.
A bunch of interesting dynamics. You see the computer clears at the clothes store right now. Another thing to note, which is kind of interesting, I think, about this game, the prices, or like the economy, is kind of set at random.
Garnished some of your wages.
So just like with anything else, you may go there, start off the game, and go to the employment office, and they're going to pay you $5 to be a cook, which is like one of the lowest things on the end of the scope, right? But on the other end, you may start off the game and you can be a cook for $2 an hour. So, and the actual prices of what you get paid and the cost of goods fluctuate during the game. So what that means is, it's like anything else. If you're making $5 an hour, the price of food goes up, the price of rent goes up, whatever. But over the course of the time that you're playing this game,
your landlord garnished some of your wages.
If you start seeing prices go up on the food, or on the cost for tuition, or cost on anything really, you might want to go back to the employment office and check it out, because you can actually get a raise with the same job. So if you started off cooking $2 and then, a couple weeks into the game, prices are going up and they're now offering $4. All you got to do is click $4 an hour, and they'll give you the raise. Also note too that getting employment does.
Welcome to
you have to have prerequisites of good work history and the right education and whatnot. If you click on something stupid like you want to be a store manager right off the front of the game, you're not going to get it, and you're just going to waste some of your time. So don't fuck around with it.
You thought about what you
Oh,
would do
let's see what
on
else
your
is
next
around
turn.
here. Okay, the bank. Pretty important here to get your financial goals straight. It's not probably. It's a strange thing. You don't want to have a lot of cash on you in any time. So when you start making a lot of money, you don't want to have like $1,000, $2,000. Although it will help you in your financial goals, it's not a good idea. Why? Because at random, it seems to be the game knows when you start getting actual money.
Is that to go? Eat here or neither?
You can get robbed. If you get robbed, obviously you get $2,000 on you. All your shit's gone. That could be a couple weeks worth of work. So. Best thing to do once you start making significant amount of money every time you work is to go into the bank and deposit it. So, either put it in a savings account or put it in investments. Typically, it seems to be investments help your financial goal more than just putting straight money into the bank, which kind of makes sense. So, I would just do investments. I don't think it matters one way or another which ones you do, just as long as you put money in there. I'm trying to keep on point here before the game's rolling by here. Ah, yes, rent office. Another good thing to know. The rent office. Just like I was saying, when prices fluctuate, you may start off $325 for a low-class rent apartment. Stuff starts going cheaper and cheaper and cheaper. 12 weeks into the game, the high-class apartments may be lower than $325 because the prices shift up and down. So you want to try to rent your apartment, your second apartment, at the lowest point where you can get some really good rent. Because if you get it at a high point, you could be paying $5, but over the course of the next 4 weeks, it go down to $300. So renting or changing rent is important to know. There's also a meter up there that says that winning meter that will tell you where you are close to your goals and where your opponent is.
If you can find
other things to note too, it's sort of like the one thing that's kind of tricky to get a hold of is your happiness. Like that can come from taking a few rest periods at your apartment. That can come from you reading the paper. That can come from you going to getting concert tickets, which is up there on the top right, the Z-Mart, I think. Or buying electronics like TVs, VCRs, refrigerators, shit like that. So you kind of want to spread it out evenly when it comes to doing the happy meter like that. And just note too, even though you make your goal,
your landlord
can start going down. So it's not, once you make it, you can't just slack off on one. You kind of have to keep them all evenly going. Otherwise, you'll slip down below.
You went deep.
Let me see what else. What else can I say about this game? Same thing kind of was saying with the goals. Depends on how your goals are set. Once you reach your goal for something that's pretty standard, like education, don't worry about going back and getting more education. Didn't really need it because it's not going to help you. With the exception of if you're trying to hit a financial goal, sometimes it's better to go back to school so that you can get jobs that are up there in $15 to $18 an hour. Makes getting your goal a lot quicker.
Your landlord garnished some of your
There you go.
wages.
See, he's still getting wages garnished there. Kind of a pain in the ass. I do remember having fond memories of this game too, playing with multiple people. Because like I said, it was kind of a fun thing. You just kind of trade it off. And I remember I used to play this on a Tandy computer that we had back in the day, and I don't know, it just kind of felt right.
You've missed too much work. You're fired.
See, that's what happens. See, look at that, you son of a bitch. See what I mean? You don't go to work, and the motherfuckers fire you. It's crazy. It's kind of at random, so I don't know. It's weird.
Sorry.
I don't know what I was thinking on that one there. Getting fucked here. Yeah, you definitely do not want to get fired because it can go against you pretty hardcore, and you could lose a couple dollars an hour.
Sorry.
Shit. See, you think I'd be able to get these jobs, but it's weird. I really don't. Just to give you an idea, I really don't see the point in working, for instance, at the university or Socket City or the clothing place.
You took a friend out
Or
to
really
a
even
cheap
Z-Mart.
restaurant
They
this
seem to be
weekend.
all pretty low-paying jobs for what you're gonna get, like manager positions. That's the only ones you can make money, and they're usually pretty shitty.
They're poached.
Because if you can get a job at a manager's position, you can just easily get a job at the bank or the factory, and they make
Your
tons more
landlord
money.
garnished
So
some
don't
of your
really see the
wages.
point. But you know, if it works for you, do it, I guess.
You volunteer.
I wonder if I think I get robbed in this game. Maybe I'll get to see that. Still kind of waiting for a
This
change of
weekend,
clothes
you
here.
closed
I
your
don't. I think
curtains,
I'm
locked
pretty
your
sure I
doors,
did.
turned off the lights, and ate pre-sweetened morning breakfast cereal with little marshmallows.
It's pretty detailed shit right there. What did you do for the weekend? Doctor's bill. See, there's another random occurrence you can have that can kind of ruin your shit there. Never actually used the pawn shop before, but I would guess you might use that if you got fired
Welcome to the
or
rent office. Come in and meet your slumlord. I mean your landlord.
or you need
Oh,
clothes or
good.
something you didn't have any
You'll
money
fit
on you. But
right
typically
in.
by then,
Everybody there has an attitude.
if you got shit to pawn, by the time you get to that point, you should be making more than enough money or have money in savings. So I don't see the problem or see the reason to do that. The other fun thing that's kind of interesting about these games is this game, the little people that are all at these different places. They say some pretty funny stuff.
This
Kind of
weekend,
helps move the game and keep it interesting. You see, I'm winning pretty good here. I just got to get the money down, which means I basically just got to get a better job and sling a shit ton of
Your
money into
landlord
the
garnished some of
to
your
the bank.
wages. Hope you. Your landlord.
See, watch. I got
Congratulations.
an assistant manager job. I'm about to change clothes.
You are not
See,
properly
there you
dressed.
go, dumbass. I knew that. I don't know why I didn't pay attention to it. So yeah, now you got to pay, and these clothes can be pretty damn expensive.
you
There's
sat
something else
around
to
and
see,
played
think about
solitaire
too. It's
all
probably
weekend.
it's better to buy the business clothes once you start needing a different set of clothes for work, because
Would you
it's
like
only
some
a little bit
deep-fried
more money, and
potatoes,
that way
some
if you've got to
deep-fried
change
pie with your
clothes
deep-fried sandwich?
in between the times when you need new clothes, you already have them, so it'll kind of save you the time.
Welcome to Z-Mart, where quality is something we often talk
This
about.
guy's weird. Shut up.
If you want it cheap, we got it.
You do. Actually, this is kind of where you get, there's random appliances and stuff in there that you can get at a discount, or mainly for entertainment purposes. That's why you go in there.
This is my first job, so forgive me if I totally mess up your order.
Thank you. I'm pretty sure too, when it comes to the food, you can't just live on like shakes or anything. I'm pretty sure you got to get like a hamburger or a cheeseburger.
This weekend,
So don't think you can live on just eating garbage. Come on, I gotta make some money.
Your landlord garnished some of your wages. We have.
See, I'm not really getting the right amount of money per turn. I need to try to get a better job.
Sorry.
See, I need more fucking schooling.
The enroll.
Academic, I think is what that says. Probably, imagine. Well, maybe. I don't know. Let's see what we do here.
No.
No time left to go to
you
class.
went to the baseball game this weekend and ate hot dogs till you puked.
That's awesome. Eating hot dogs till you puke. That makes awesome sense. Doctor's bill. One thing I will say is kind of a pain in the ass about playing the computer is he goes extremely slow. Now, I
Have you tried our
remember
new breakfast chili
on the
Rihanna?
DOS version, when I used to play, you could kick the speed level up on him. This one might be there. I couldn't find it, so I had to. It's not incredibly slow, but I could do it without some
You
of his
took a
shit. I'd
break.
rather him just automate it really and do it really, really fast. I'm impatient when it comes to being a gamer sometimes. I can't see how much I'm making. It looks like I got a
If you
pretty
can
good
find
amount of
lower
money.
prices.
See if we can finish some school there.
You had your marble repainted this weekend.
That's terrific. You had your marble repainted. I like how this guy never changed clothes in here yet. The computer player definitely did not play right on this version. He beat me a couple times in recording this. Took me a while to get used to this game again. He definitely should have had a better job by now where he was making a lot more money.
You spent...
Yeah, also where it says all your food spoiled for the week, don't worry about that. Like I said, you don't want to buy more than 1 week's food anyways if you're on the refrigerator, but even though the food spoils over the course of the week, it doesn't mean anything because you already ate it. It doesn't affect you at all. It may increase the possibility of you going to the doctor, but that's kind of... I don't think that's necessarily a factor or anything that I know of. But yeah, don't worry about it. Just ignore that.
Come back again.
Come back again. No problem. Pay my rent here. Gonna work a bit here. And go and deposit some money. Should be getting close to the end here, hopefully.
You spent the weekend examining yourself under the fluorescent lights in the bathroom. Yup.
That's awesome. Damn, he got hit all at once.
With your figure, perhaps you should consider going to a tent maker.
See, he's still buying these damn casual clothes.
Don't you just love the new spring fashions?
No.
Très magnifique.
Get out of the clothes store, Jones. What the hell? Oh, nice. What a dunce.
Congratulations.
Ooh,
you got the job.
Got a snazzy suit for that shit job.
Welcome to the Pacific International Grand Gratuity Yield Bank, PIGGY. This little piggy plays the market.
Thank you. There we go. Oh Lord. Like I said, something about this. Maybe I don't know. Maybe this is the worst episode ever of my series here. But you know, I like this game, and like I said, for Halloween, some people may find this frightening because it's a game about like real life, I guess, to some degree. So yes, real life can be sometimes the scariest damn shit you'll ever do. So, but there it is. If nothing else, you found out about a game that you may have never known of before. Maybe it looked interesting enough to where you might want to play it with your friends, whatnot. And like I said, it's online for free. So go check it out. I mean, it's not going to cost you anything. And I think it's a pretty fun game. So, but yeah, that is episode number 1. And like I said, we are going to be counting down to Halloween here. And one can only guess what we're going to be playing next.